Now we shall learn about hyperlinks and images. Hyperlinks provide a method to navigate to another part of the same web page, or load another web page, or even trigger an event. Usually, when you hover your mouse pointer over a hyperlink, the cursor will automatically change to the hand symbol, right? Something like this, as you can see over here. The hand symbol intuitively indicates that you can actually go ahead and click on that element, and some sort of response will be generated by the web page. Let us start with using or inserting a link using the HTML tag. The HTML tag stands for the hyperlink tag. The hyperlink tag is an inline tag just like span, but it provides certain inbuilt attributes that other elements do not provide. For example, the href attribute. Okay, so for example, let us add the URL for Google using the href attribute, and let us say we would like to open this page, the Google page, on a different window or a different tab. Okay, let's save this and let's preview this page. So now when you hover your mouse pointer over the let's go to the Google website hyperlink and then you click on it, as you can see, google.com opens on a different tab, right? So this is exactly what we've done. We have included the URL of google.com in the as a value to the href attribute that is provided by the hyperlink tag, right? Let's look at the next hyperlink on the page. It says let's jump to the English translation of lorem ipsum text. Okay, note what we've done here. Instead of typing in a URL for a different web page, we have used the hashtag and then put in some text, right? The same text, link dest, is added as an ID to a particular major heading element. So how will this work? Well, when you click on the hyperlink that you had defined here on line 12, then it shall take you to the major heading tag whose ID has been added as the value to the href attribute of the original hyperlink tag. Okay, so here we've showed you two examples, one wherein you can open a new web page in a new tab, and two where you can navigate to a different section or a different element on the very same page, and both of these have been achieved by using the a element or the hyperlink tag in HTML. Now, we've spoken about how the hyperlink tag or the A tag in HTML provides an inbuilt additional attribute called href, which obviously other elements don't. However, even then, you can convert any HTML element to a hyperlink. Okay, so let's show you how we do that. Now let's look at the HTML here. The HTML has major heading element and then it has a paragraph element, right? So let's just preview. So you see the major heading element which says click me. When you take your pointer over the major heading element, well, it moves, changes to a hand signal, and when you click it, well, what happens? The paragraph disappears. We had seen a similar effect in one of our earlier labs as well. So what have we done here? Well, we have used a simple JavaScript function, okay, which applies certain styles to this major heading element, and also it controls the appearance and the disappearance of the paragraph element. So here's a simple example which shows you how any kind of HTML element can be converted to behave or can be configured to behave like a hyperlink element. Let's now learn how to embed images, right, by using the image tag. Let's look at line 50. What we're going to do is we're going to embed an image that is already available on our server. Okay, we're just going to include the path to the image file, right? Let's save, preview, and there you go. You now see the image on your web page. What you can also do, for example, on line 16, you can include the URL of any image anywhere on the web, right? So it could be something like, let's say, ipintentio.com/images/logo.png. So this is, so what we've done here is we've basically entered the complete URL of an image, right? You can replace this with any kind of URL you wish to. So let's preview this. And so there you go. So you have happy.png, which is the image that you embedded on line 15, and then you have the ipintentio logo, which is the image you embedded on line 16, right? Now, just like the hyperlink tag, the image is also an inline element, right? Usually, when you do not specify the height and width of an image, the entire image is displayed, irrespective of how big or small it is, right? However, the image tag provides additional attributes like width, where you can specify the width of the image, or you can specify a desired width, as well as height, right? You can use these attributes to control how big or small your image should be. Instead of using the additional width and height attributes provided by the image element, you can also use CSS to set the width and height of your image, right? So for example, you can use something like this. So this will also work. In general, from the perspective of performance, it is always recommended that you specify a width and height for the image you wish to embed on your web page, right? Additionally, it is also recommended that you do not use the browser to scale down an image. In other words, if you want an image of size 32 pixels cross 32 pixels, make sure that the image you're embedding is actually 32 cross 32. And so the browser does not have to resort to scaling. Even then, it is a good idea to mention the width and height explicitly while you implement the image element. This speeds up page rendering. Finally, we can combine the hyperlink and image tags to create an image link. This is something that is very, very commonly used in most web pages. For example, instead of saying, let's go to the Google website, what I would like to do is, I would like to say, let's go to the ipintentio website, and instead of redirecting to google.com, I say ipintentio.com, and instead of showing text that says let's go to the ipintentio website, what I'd like to do is use the embedded ipintentio logo right here. So there we go. We save this and then we preview, right? So now you have an ipintentio logo that is visible. When you move your mouse pointer over it, it turns into a hand, and when you click on it, well, you land up on ipintentio.com. So here is a classic example of implementing an image link. And remember, this is something that is extremely commonly used in most modern websites.